Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, donate to reciprocate. Remember, everything that you donate goes directly to food, shelter, and water. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Vibe Tribe, like and subscribe. Help your boy break away from that 9 to 5. Hey, look, it's me, KP. I'm back at it again. I got a very, very, very special week ahead reading for you guys. I really like it, me personally, myself, and I hope you do too. So let me know in the comments if you got any rebuttal or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think. All right. So we are going to start off with the overall. Oh, wait. First, we got to do our affirmation. All right. So the affirmation for this week is: I move with patience, power, and inner knowing. I move with patience, power, and inner knowing. I move with patience, power, and inner knowing. Okay, so we're going to start off with an oracle card just to catch the overarching vibe and theme. And if you can't see that, it says intuition, heart song, telepathy, and inner knowing. Okay, so I am thinking that maybe this card um is telling us that the energy this week is about listening to ourselves, about going within, about trusting our inner compass, letting our heart really lead the way, and letting the heart speak louder than any other noise around us. Okay. um the intuition is going to be very, very, very important this week. All right, so really quick, I'm gonna go ahead and get more information about this card. I want to ask tarot the who, what, when, where, why, or how. Is there any information that we can get behind this card? All right, so what are we going to be using our intuition for, or how can we use our intuition, or well, I'm looking for something. Maybe not how yet, but let's just look for more information. All right. All right. So the first card we got is going to be the Queen of Wands. All right. The second card is going to be the Queen of Cups. All right. So we got twin feminine energy. So the intuition is definitely vibing here with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, because both queens represent the water element, but we got the Queen of Fire, which is fire plus water, and then we got the Queen of Cups, which is water plus water. All right, okay, and then we got another water card, which is the Nine of Cups. So for those who don't know, in a tarot reading, when you see cups, it represents water, and the water represents the I statement, I feel. Okay. Cups represents intuition, but it also represents emotions. Okay. So when we get the wands in tarot, remember that the wands represents the fire element. The I statement for the wand suit is I desire, or I want. Okay. So to deepen this reading, tarot has given us the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and of course the Nine of Cups. So right away, the queens here is saying that we know this week is going to be about leaning into our feminine, right? And I don't mean nails or big booties or nothing like that when I say feminine. When I say feminine, I'm talking about creativity, I'm talking about compassion, I'm talking about receptivity, I'm talking about confidence, and I'm talking about all of it, right? Um, it was a word that I was thinking I forgot, but the Queen of Cups is pure water again. And again, this is representing inner emotions, emotional wisdom, intuition, being sturdy and grounded emotionally. Okay. Um, the Queen of Wands is kind of the opposite, where um Queen of Wands is kind of like fiery, passionate, visionary, courageous energy. So the Queen of Wands is actually very much so balanced between masculine and feminine. Because with the Queen of Cups being the feminine, the ultimate feminine card is very laid back and receptive. Okay, so together, this is telling me that um there's fulfillment on the horizon. But and then you know what? Wait, before I say that, I will say this. For some, this the energy that we get in the queens, especially, could be expressed through other people, or it could be expressed through us. Right. So this is loving, fiery, passionate energy. Again, this is hot, cold energy. This is steamy, hot energy. This is for a hopeless. I say it like this: for a hopeless romantic. This is, or not even a hopeless romantic, for a person who's very fiery and very passionate about life right now. This is the energy that you want. As we go through the full moon, and I'm gonna get to the full moon because we do got a full moon this week. So, but as we move forward, we got to be able, for some we might naturally rest in the Queen of Wands energy where we want to move forward, we fiery, we passionate. And for others, you might rest naturally in a Queen of Wands energy where you still got the same level of intuition and well, it's double triple, but you're just more laid back. You know what I'm saying? Still got the same goals, but how you go by approaching the goals is different. You see what I'm saying? And so we can also look for that dichotomy in the people, places, and things around us as well. Okay, so then when you add those queens, the twin feminine energy, um, together. Again, you might be feeling a push pull tug of war this week, and that's all okay because we're wanting to flow and we're wanting to push forward. Okay. Spirit is showing us that both energies are necessary if need be. Um, we need the Queen of Cups to feel, right? And we need the Queen of Wands for the spark, for the action, right? So we take whatever happens, people, places, and things, situations, and circumstances, and we move accordingly, very balanced, right? Because when we honor both sides, that's when our dreams and desires, represented by the Nine of Cups, come into reality. So it's almost like there's a wish fulfilled this week, and or it's almost like this week there's going to be a hidden treasure somewhere, and you got to use the map is your intuition to get there, right? If X marks the spot, if you understand what I'm saying. So give me a second. Let's get to give me a second. Let's get to the best course of action. All right. So while I'm shuffling up the cards, remember that this is going to be this best course of action is going to be a combination between tarot and the spirit animal oracle deck. Okay, spirit animal oracle deck. So just to recap before we get to the cards, the intuition card is the overarching theme for this week. It says heart, song, telepathy, and inner knowing. So to get some more information, I asked Tarot, I said, can you give me some more information? Can you give me some who's or some what's or something? So we got a couple who's here. We got a Queen of Wands, right? And the Queen of Cups, in which we can look at both of those like personality traits, right? Whereas the Queen of Cups is going to be emotional, loving, compassionate, healing person. And the Queen of Wands is going to be kind of similar, but the approach is going to be different. And the difference is the Queen of Wands is going to be a very, very, very inspirational, very, very passionate, very, very optimistic. And they just operate with this forward movement, whereas the Queen of Cups operate with kind of a passive tone. All right. So the first card we got is going to be the Three of Wands, right? Where the three is about growth and expansion, and the wands again represent the fire element. It's about desires, okay? So after careful planning in the Two of Wands, then we get to the three, which is about setting things in motion, all right? Um, I know a lot of times people say it means ships coming in, and yes, it could be that, but you gotta send them out in order for them to come in. All right, so now we have the turtle card, okay? The turtle says advance steadily, even if slowly. That's the number 21 card of the deck, okay? So give me 1 second. Let me get my give me 1 second. Let me get the book and everything. All right. So best course of action. All right. So I'm really feeling like Spirit is doubling down on this message with the turtle or tortoise card, because in the book it's going to refer to it as both. Okay. Um, the card says advance steadily and slowly. This is the number 21 card, which reduces down to the number three, echoing the Three of Wands. And that synchronicity is not by accident. It's definitely confirmation. So the number 33 is going to be very significant for us this week. The number six. Also be on the lookout for the number nine as well, okay? The number 369, okay? So let's get to the book. All right. So the symbolism of the tortoise is associated with the concepts of patience, persistence, stability, and longevity. Let's delve into the concept of advance steadily, even if slowly, in the context of the tortoise. Patience and persistence. The tortoise, or turtles, right? Just in case if we get confused, is known for their slow but steady pace. When we receive the message of the tortoise, we're encouraged to cultivate patience and persistence in pursuing our goals. Even if progress may seem slow or difficult, consistency in pursuing what we desire will lead us to desired destinations. This teaches us the importance of not giving up in the face of challenges and continuing to move forward one step at a time. Number two, stability and security. Okay, let's get the turtle in the building because we're reading the turtle right now. This allows us. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, did we finish that one? When we receive the message of the tortoise or turtle, we're invited to cultivate our inner stability and find our security and our foundations. This allows us to face life challenges with confidence and determination, knowing that we're capable of overcoming them successfully. Let me hit this coffee real fast, y'all. My mouth dry. Longevity and wisdom. Okay, tortoises are known for their longevity and wisdom. They live for many years and accumulate vast experience over the course of their lives. When we receive the message of the tortoise, we're invited to reflect on our life and the lessons we've learned along the way. It teaches us the importance of learning from our experiences and applying the wisdom gained and making future decisions. In summary, when we receive the message of the tortoise, we're invited to follow its example of patience, persistence, and stability. It reminds us that even if even though progress may be slow, each step forward brings us closer to our goals. This allows us to live a more authentic and meaningful life where we face challenges in confidence and serenity, knowing that we're capable of overcoming them with determination and patience. Okay. What a very beautiful card the number three is. And looking at these cards, right? Every single card in this reading follows a water theme, right? Because we got the three of wands is sitting on the, looking over the water, looking at ships. The Queen of Cups is water. The Queen and the Queen of Wands represent water, even though overall it's a fire card. But the Queen herself, you can't deny she's the water element. And then the intuition card, we already know intuition is it's kind of like represented similar to the moon in astrology, right? So that's the inner knowing, the inner wellness, the inner being. Okay. So the threes is talking to me in this reading. The threes is really, really talking to me in this reading. Um, got the nine, the number nine here as well. Okay, so again, the tortoise reminds us that success isn't about rushing, but about steady, consistent movement going forward. Every step we take is progress, even if it feels small. When we put the threes together, of course, the three of wands and the tortoise card, we arrive at the master number 33. In numerology, the master teacher is number 33. Okay. It carries energy of compassion, service, creativity, and spiritual mastery. This is Spirit's way of saying that as we take these steps moving forward, we are not just building our own fulfillment, but we're also stepping into a higher purpose so we can uplift others through our example. Okay, so this could be a confirmation if you've been thinking about doing content creation or starting a nonprofit or anything like that. All right. Um, so in closing, before we get out of here, I just want to say that this week, going to be guided by the number 33. The number 33 got very close ties because it's the balance, right? It's the balance. Uh, our intuition, our patience, and our courage are all going to be virtues that's going to help us align with our divine purpose this week. Every steady step we take brings fulfillment. Do not forget that. Okay, so we don't need to worry about what if or will this happen or no. We know what we bargained for and we're going to step in confidence. We're going to step in love, right? And we got to remember that the queens are royals, right? So how I look at that is that in our everyday life, this means that this is somebody who has responsibilities, a parent. Maybe you got responsibilities at work. Maybe you got responsibilities to the community. Maybe you got responsibilities to your family, etc., etc., etc. We need to own our power this week. And that way, when we own our power, we can allow that heart space to really flow and pull us. Because to get to that master number 33, we have to have that emotional mastery. It is no way around it. And emotional mastery, before we get out of here, is not necessarily saying that we um, the emotional mastery is not necessarily saying that we don't feel things or we don't allow ourselves to feel things or anything like that, but it's what you do after the feeling, right? Are you impulsive or do you say, let me breathe, let me sit down, let me get cool, calm, and collected, and let me figure out what to do next, right? I always say we got two different people in this world. We got people who, hmm, we got people who, when something happened, they complain, and just hope a solution fall out the sky, or they talk themselves to sleep. And then you got people who I like to call solution based, goal oriented people, where something happens, yeah, they might talk about it, they might, consult with some people, even get guidance, but they're going to take action at some point. They're going to start to implement possible solutions to the problem, starting with the highest probability of success and the most minuscule amount of collateral damage. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. I've been talking a lot. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm looking forward to get any rebuttal or anything like that. Um, yeah. So if you know what I'm about to say it with me. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf. Why? Because I ain't buying it. Thank y'all. I really appreciate y'all. Peace. Oh, yeah, by the way, I will be going live today about 10, 10:25, somewhere around there. So if y'all want to get y'all week ahead readings, y'all can combine this reading with the free one that y'all can get from me, and everything will be good in the neighborhood. So with that being said, you know what I'm about to say it with me. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be of service. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back where, because I ain't buying it. Peace.